Hey,
Hi.
crazy.
Your hair looks so cute. That's a different style.
It's just a puff ball on top of my head.
Oh, well, I like it.
Thank you.
It's a good look. Um, okay, so I know we need to be quick in this episode, but I want to tell you what I've been thinking about. And that is that I want to do nothing. I want to do more nothing.
Okay.
And I'm really going to stick to it this month. December is going to be the month of as much nothing as I can possibly get away with, which is a feat given that it's the holidays and we are really pressured to go everywhere, buy everything, create these, mystical experiences for our children and our families and friends and coworkers. And I feel like I'm maybe struggling to give myself permission to do that. Like the wave is very powerful to keep us feeling like we're bad moms or bad spouses if we don't buy a million things and make all the cookies. And I'm feeling this huge urge, and it's almost like an activist inside me that is saying, no, I am not going to do all those things, and I don't care who that disappoints. I just feel the need to dial it back, because most of the time, if I'm being honest, Christmas becomes this blur of people just like ripping open packages and not even really seeing what's in it. And we eat too much or drink too much. And I'm not opposed to that, by the way. The eating and drinking too much, I'm not opposed to that. I just want to do whatever I do this month without this pressure of expectation. Does that make sense? Do I sound nuts?
You don't sound nuts, but I was going to ask you to define what does do nothing means. And you just started to go there, but help me. What does it look like? What's it feel like?
It looks like sitting down instead of excuse me, instead of wrapping gifts and wrapping them perfectly, it looks like sitting when I have a minute to myself and just reading a book. It looks like what I did earlier when I had a gap between meetings. I did a yoga video.
Good.
Not because I was going to do, like it wasn't going to be enough to, turn me into Kelly Ripa, which, let's be real, is never going to happen anyway. Or actually, I watched the new Sex and the City last night, SJP, who I love, right?
Yeah.
But it was enough. It was like 15 minutes. And at the end of it, I felt calmer. I felt like, okay, I'm actually present in this moment for 2 seconds instead of thinking about what's next and what's next and what's next and what's next.
So it's taking proactive breaks to do whatever you want to do, whether it's 2 seconds or 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's actively choosing not to produce.
Okay.
That just came to me right now. I'm going to actively decide to have zero output.
You personally.
Me personally, which means that I might disappoint somebody because I didn't make their lunch and they had to have hot lunch that day, or I didn't drive them to school and they had to ride the bus, or I didn't host a ornament exchange or, whatever thing. I didn't participate in the Secret Santa thing at work because I just don't want to have to produce. I don't want one more thing that causes me to go and get in the car and buy a thing that the person may or may not like. And I just feel like that's what the holidays have become for me. Like, how much can I produce? How much can I orchestrate?
So it's about I produce, I lead, I participate, and suddenly drawing boundaries around that. You decide what
Yeah.
you want to produce and participate in.
Rather than, you're actually causing me to think on a little bit of a deeper level here. Like, why does that happen? So why does that happen? Why is there all this pressure and stuff? And some of it comes from me, from wanting to connect and wanting to be a part of things and wanting to create things for my kids that they'll remember, right, when they're no longer at home. But this big byproduct of that ends up being me in this like frantic, furious, it's like a cyclone of consuming and packaging and delivering.
And you sound very alone and tired as you describe it.
Yes. And so rather than doing all those things so that I can then make others feel right, included or happy, respected, thought of, what have you. And that in turn then makes me feel like, oh, look, I did that thing. I accomplished what either was expected, or I feel good because I produced all this stuff and these people are happy with it. Instead, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to look for moments of just quiet. I'm going to look for opportunities to say, go for a walk with a friend I haven't seen in a while, right? Mm-hmm. Or here's another one, like Millie's fully vaccinated now. Instead of me having to like make cookies with her or what have you, I'll be like, here, Mill, why don't you make some cookies with your grandma or have a friend over and you guys go do that. But I don't have to be in the middle, in the center of creating all of these opportunities to be quote unquote merry and
yeah.
I can just chill. And I really want to chill for this month. And I'll start it back up again in January, but like I don't want to do a January, or what do you call it, New Year's Eve, a big shindig thing. I just want to chill because somewhere inside me, I know that I will be more rested, more present, healthier, more capable of showing up in life if I just take a little time and ratchet it back. And I wanted to talk about it because I wanted to say it out loud because maybe somebody else needs to give themselves permission to do that.
Right. A lot of somebodies need to give themselves permission to do that. That is for sure. And I love where you're going with all this. You're focused on boundaries for you. It's reminding me of a book I just read and I just referred it to a client. It's called Who Not How by Dan Sullivan. It's written for entrepreneurs, people that are scrappy and like to build their businesses and think they need to do all that how stuff themselves. And it's a quick read and it's just a great explanation of stuff we all know, which is the stuff we hate to do or we're stressed out by, we think we don't have enough time to do, are the things that other people are probably around us that can do it and might love to do it and might like to take it on for once if we just give them permission. So sometimes that is family, sometimes it's friends, Sometimes it's summer interns for work, and sometimes it's hiring people. But it just proves we are all better, because then we're spending the time on the stuff that only we can do and only brings us joy. And we forget that there are other people out there, and we think, oh, we don't want to dump on them or ask them to do the stuff that we're burnt out by. But frankly, they're most of the time kind of waiting to get involved and feel included. You said included and you said connected. So I'm wondering if you can do this and also just let people know you're not planning to do this. And if they'd like to take it on, great. And if they don't want to, no sweat. And it might be interesting to see who rises up.
It's already happened. So usually I host Christmas Eve at my house, and I make a big deal out of, the food and making cookies for Santa and all that stuff. And I offered it to my ex-husband's wife, and she was thrilled to do it.
See?
So I have zero responsibility on Christmas Eve. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And I told my kids, we're having a small Christmas this year.
Mhm.
And I have to, it's still 2 weeks, so I have to control myself. And instead, there's 2 families that I know that are really struggling with illness, sudden illness, where they're the matriarch or patriarch, it's one of each, are in the hospital. I'm going to give that money that I would have spent on crap that my kid will play with for 2 seconds to them.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we've done something similar. I told the kids 6 months ago, small Christmas, we're all old, we've got stuff we need. And so I've given them each money to give gifts to each other, which is fun for them to finally get a little bucket of money to spread around and surprise, their siblings with. And then we too are going to take a bucket of money and do some packets for homeless and deliver those Christmas Eve or the day before. We're going to figure all that out and actually live out the spirit of giving together. Never done this before. We'll see how it goes, but it already feels good. It already feels better.
Yeah. I think what it is though, it's like I let myself feel bitterness or resentment over to the culture or the community that I feel like is messaging me that this is what it means to live in the holidays. And what I actually have to just realize is actually, no, it resides in me. It's me that has to give myself that permission and then hold myself accountable for it.
Right. You said you wanted to make memories. What memories do you think your kids will have forever? Of the toy that they played with for 2 days, or of what you're going to be creating with them in a new way, new experience?
Yeah. I haven't thought of any experiences to give them yet. I don't even know if I'm going
Can
to.
you involve them in money to the other families who need it?
Yeah. That's a good, I hadn't thought of incorporating them, like having them write a note or something. But in years past, I used to make them go sing at retirement homes, but it's the one positive thing out of COVID is that they can't do that. Yeah. So they're actually pleased that they don't have.
Don't make them, but have them be involved somehow. Have them, I don't know how you're planning to send the money, but you could even have them go with you to deliver an envelope or.
I was just gonna Venmo.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my commitment to myself, and I wanted to public in case somebody else needs to give them permission. I can't even talk, to redefine what it means to engage in the holiday season.
So how are you going to keep this boundary? You said a couple weeks, you got to watch yourself.
Well, I'm going to do, I mean, I make a list every day of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure that things are on that list, like yoga, like what I'm about to go do right now, which is make my husband walk at lunch during the hour. Watching movies. I'm gonna, and then you know what happens? This has happened in the past. A week before, when I start seeing all the commercials and like last chance to get, the people you love something special, I'm gonna be like, nope, not listening. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm not gonna even, I will not let myself watch a single commercial, because that is honestly, and even on Facebook, I start seeing people like, we're doing a big caravan down to the grotto. And I'm like, nope, maybe I just won't even look at Facebook.
So can you disconnect all that marketing messaging from your expectation that you believe the messages will affect your kids and your family? And instead, when you see that stuff, think that's just marketing, that's sales.
Mhm.
My kids and my family are going to experience a much calmer, connected, magical month, because we're going to focus time on being together and enjoying each other.
Yeah.
What is it for you that minimizes the risk of not spending that money? Because right now you're associating the money with pleasure of your family.
Right. Well, I'll tell you a word that triggers me a little bit right now to go back in the other direction is the word magical. Because you know what? I'm not going to try to make it magical. It's just it's going to be whatever it's going to be. And if they want to make some magic, go for it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to expect myself to.
Okay.
Because that to me equals pressure.
Okay. So can you equate a word with your feeling of calm during the month of December? Is that a gift to your family?
The gift of chill.
The gift of chill. Yeah. Will they appreciate that?
I don't know, but I'm going to try not to care.
Okay. I'm betting that they will. I'm betting they will love a calm, happy mom, instead of the dinosaur that comes out of all of us.
Yeah, I'm going to try to keep angry mom in the closet.
Okay. So that's the benefit. That's the upside.
Or maybe not in the closet. That's something. Maybe up on the shelf with the elf. Angry mom's.
Maybe she doesn't exist.
Yeah, maybe she's off at the North Pole.
There's no angry mom. There's happy, calm mom. Chill mom. Chill mom.
Chill mom.
Chill mom.
Chill mom.
I think your family can come up with enough fun stuff and invite you to it to keep yourselves busy all month without you having to lead or pay for anything.
Yeah.
I'm betting on you and your family. This will be fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wish me luck.
I do wish you luck, and I believe this will be inspiring for so many, and I'm glad you wanted to tape.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next week. See ya. Bye.